Hey, what is going on? My name is Spencer O'Gallagher. Welcome to my channel. This is a space where I focus on creating content around self-actualization, self-empowerment, and developing tools around confidence. Today's video is going to be a little niche reference experience that I've been going through in the last 48 hours here on the final stretch of my travels in Iquitos, Peru. And I'm so happy to be here and a little heartbroken that I'm leaving early tomorrow morning, but it is what it is. I've had a beautiful month here. And what this video is about and the experience that I will share, it's about money. It's about money. And not just money, like money, what money is. It's not just about currency, but it's about relationship to money and also relationship to how we can digest experiences and lessons in a whole new way. So, first things first, before I go into what has the small little things that happened in the last 48 hours, is first things first, let's talk about the money that it took to come here to Iquitos, Peru. And not only that, as I'm recording this, I'm literally in a penthouse of probably the nicest possible lodging I could be in this small third world little city. And I'm very grateful to be here. And as soon as I checked in, I was trying to resonate with being here in this beautiful penthouse because although I paid for it, although I signed on to this, the person who I was just a few days ago when I checked into this particular location, the penthouse, was and is, because it was a few days ago, someone who has no money left. I have no money left. I have no money left because I found myself in a position many months ago, I'd say around April onwards to June, I think it went on a while, where I was feeling conflicted with myself and how I was using my time and giving my time in the world and not really having any personal boundaries. And time and sharing time, of course, I'm relating to how I was working and the people I was working with and people working for. You know, the way I was making money, paying my rent at my own apartment, paying for my groceries, paying for my gym membership, paying for my yoga membership, a lot of expenses in life. But there I was in April, June, July for weeks feeling stressed out, unhappy. And yeah, cool, I'm making some money. Yeah, cool, I get a lot of freedom to have the apartment, have the extracurricular activities, but I am a miserable individual. I'm not okay. I don't feel okay at all. And yet I had this Iquitos, Peru trip coming up. I still had all of my expenses, my apartment, all these things going on. And there I am wondering, what do I do? Do I keep working a job that allows me freedom to work from anywhere in the world? I work from my laptop. You know, I work from my phone. Do I keep working that job, making money, but feeling unhappy, disengaged, feeling like I'm sort of selling my soul and not getting much return on investment for that sale of my soul? Or do I make the decision? And I thought about this for weeks, by the way. This wasn't preemptive in any way whatsoever. I really measured and weighed and checked in with myself. Do I make the decision to leave my job, the job that enables me to work from anywhere in the world, as long as there's a Wi-Fi connection and some piece of digital whatever to unlock the Wi-Fi and do the work? Do I leave this job, the security, the predictability, and go into the unknown with very little saved up, because that's something I'm working on, is the irresponsibility behind like how I operate with my money. With very little saved up, do I leave my job, also meaning I have to put in the work and time of listing my apartment so I could get rid of it because I won't be able to pay it anymore, you know, minimizing all of my expenses. And that after weeks of investigation, that's exactly what I did. And I did that because I suppose in the years that I was working and having a job that enables freedom and even interesting travel opportunities, and I was working with people who I really respected, and we were doing cool things together, but at the end of the day, what really matters is that sense of integrity and also the sense of self-worth of like, this place is cool, this place is good. There are a lot of benefits of working here. There are a lot of benefits of having this kind of job. But at the end of the day, if I'm not happy and if I'm kind of constantly stressed out because my phone is a source of like, oh, it's my job. Like if everything around me is just feedback for I'm anxious, I'm stressed out. Also, I'm not hanging out with any of my friends. I became the kind of person that when my friends were around, I literally, like I'd go in the other room and work on my laptop. I'd be like, sorry guys, I got work to do. And it got to a point where, you know, having the freedom to work from anywhere also means you're working all the time. Potentially. If you're someone who positioned themselves like me, where I didn't quite understand yet what it meant to stand their own ground, and say, no, you're not doing this anymore. So for many years I did that, and I'm so grateful for that experience because it enabled me to learn the skills of digital marketing, of, self-discipline, to know how to work that way. It also enabled me to travel. It enabled me to experience life working from anywhere and really see that for what it is, the good and the bad. It enabled me to have that, but finally, sometime midsummer, just a few months ago, I left the job. I got rid of my apartment, cut down my expenses, had very little money left for me. And all the hope at the end of the rainbow that I did have, that I was looking forward to, is that I had already booked most of my trip to here, Iquitos, Peru. Most of it, but not all of it. Not all of my lodgings, not all of the things that I had on my schedule to do. So what did I have to do? I had to suck it up. I tend to have a pretty big ego about how I provide for myself. I can have a pretty big ego about how, like, no, I must work for everything I do in life, which I think is good. I think it's actually great. Like, there's definitely a time and a place for that. And it means I'm not likely to fall in traps of wanting to mooch off of people. But it also means that, even that word mooch, it also means that when it comes to needing resources, to borrow resources from other people, I'm then seeing myself as a mooch. I'm seeing myself as someone who can't provide for themselves. I'm feeling lesser than. It's like I don't like myself, basically. Which actually I think was a great confrontation to have with myself in the last few months of leaving my job, not having the resources collected, because what did I have to do? I had to take this old age advice, and I will also repeat this because I think this is good advice, is that when you're young, when you need to get stuff done, whether you want to go have a meaningful trip somewhere, a trip where you have intention, which is what I did here, a trip to really reconnect with yourself in a meaningful way, or maybe you want to make a business investment, an investment in your education, something like that, it can help to go to people and borrow money from them. Borrow the resources. Maybe it's not just money, but maybe it's like word of mouth, something that a door that they can open for you. So then that way, you get a little more creative about how to have the resources to connect with these opportunities and understand, and just especially someone like me, and if you're like me, like you identify as like, no, that's mooch behavior. I have to tell myself, it's like, okay, no, reframe it. Like you're borrowing, and you're going to create an action plan to pay this back, and not just pay this back, you're going to go back into the world and 10x anything that you were previously making. Yeah, that's what reconnecting with this trip did for me. But to pay for, I'd say 20% of what I hadn't yet locked down on my trip, I had to go to my parents. Mommy, daddy, I don't ask for much, but please, can you help me? And my parents personally are amazing, so that was not a problem. They've been extremely helpful, and I'm so grateful. And also in this process, I get to understand what it is to, benefit from these resources and exercise gratitude rather than punish myself for being a mooch. I can be like, okay, no, this is great. This is I'm so lucky. Not everyone has that. Not everyone has like the parents that will help them. Maybe you have to take a loan out from a bank, like student loans, however that works. Like I don't really know how that works. I can't imagine, but I understand that student loans are incredibly stressful. So mommy, daddy, I think I borrowed like now a total of maybe 5K. And I'm like, okay, that's a pretty frustrating number, but it's a very attainable number. And I love my parents so much. And I have this refined sense of self and new objectives in life since having this month in Iquitos that I've been dreaming for myself, that I now understand exactly what I have to do in order to, first of all, start living a life that is not the one I've been living the last few years of being unhappy, stressed out in work environments that aren't actually supporting me and my goals, my objectives in life. And also I can be here and leave this experience knowing not only that, but all these interesting creative things, ways to offer value into the world, so that through offering value, which is what working is, but a meaningful work, I can then make some money in return, not asking for much. I just want to be able to survive, pay people back, and keep the flow of karma going. And it's just amazing. So it's like this whole experience has been an opportunity to drop the mooch frame and really just accept, like, yo, if you're young and dumb, I use this term a lot on my channel because it's just how I feel. If you're young and dumb, it's not a big deal to have to borrow money if you can, or use other resources if you can. Do so with mindfulness. You know, do so with love in your heart and humility so that you understand, like, this is okay. You can be super grateful for this. In fact, it's often a gift to other people who have the resources to be able to share with you. It's a gift to be able to accept that. And that's something I've had trouble wrapping my head around. It's something my girlfriend told me once. It's like, let people, if people want to buy you dinner, you know, if people want to do that for you, fucking drop your ego, because those are the people that it's a gift for them to be able to provide that for you. So this is personally my like relationship with money is something that I'm definitely investigating, because it's like, drop the mooch stuff. You know, stop assuming that you're saving people if they don't have to invest in you, because also what I feel like the underlying belief, if I look into it, I feel like the underlying belief that I've been harboring for years is that I have to always be responsible for my own money, my own resources that I'm making. And I can't ever risk anyone else investing in me through like a dinner or some like cool opportunity that someone just wants to share with me. Why? Because maybe I believe that I'm a total piece of shit and I don't want to see them put any dollars in me. I don't know if that's true, but if I think about it, especially in the month that I've had here to detach from all the chaos that was diluting me from really connecting with self, with truth, and, you know, these honest, raw indicators of like insecurity and all these things that I came to Peru to work with, that resonates. It's like, okay, I've been feeling like a piece of shit. So I haven't been wanting to put anyone who loves me in a position of having to provide for me. And also, if I'm feeling like a piece of shit, no wonder for so many years I was putting myself in work situations that wasn't making me, I was also self-punishing. It's like, work this hard, make this much money, don't ask for any more money, because like the self-worth differential. So I'm very, very grateful that I am in debt to just my parents and not banks or anything like that. And I'm very grateful for that, because really it will be my money once I pay it back lovingly to them, recognizing what they've done for me, because I've had this space for myself to sit back and confront these realizations. And now finally, on the more micro example of money, here in the last 48 hours in Iquitos, a few days ago I had 200 soles. And I didn't have much else, because I'm budgeting right now so that I could afford the fact that I can't afford anything. I had 200 soles, a bill, in my pocket, and next thing I knew it was gone. And I'm not sure if it's because of how it fell out or maybe I got pickpocketed. There's no explanation. 2 days ago when that happened, I felt stress and distress climbing in my body. I felt the pain body attack climbing, surging in my body, like, fuck, like, there's a little voice like, you're dumb, or why did this happen? These little things starting. And there I was, after pretty much almost the full month in Peru, with this pain body attack, this, like, I lost the money. That's so frustrating. And there I was, feeling it climb up. And I had enough grace to distance myself and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. You just booked yourself and invested in this huge trip, like the trip of your young 20s lifetime, to come to Peru, look into yourself, work on your life, make like big dreams, big goals, and you're going to let this moment of losing 200 soles, which yes, it sucks in the moment, but you're going to let this get to you, which then I followed up with the question of like, after everything you've been through, do you think you could live through losing 200 soles? Do you think you could live through that, go back to the bank and just withdraw more and be a little more mindful about maybe the state of your pockets? And this was honestly, the whole thing was like a 60 to 120 second run through of the pain body attack, recognizing and stabbing it to be like, hold on there. No. You're not going to get the best of me, because this doesn't make sense. This doesn't add up. You've lived this life for 24 years now. You've been through, you've overcome like stressful, real, like actual bona fide like childhood trauma. You've overcome public speaking. You've overcome helping in product launches that will generate hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue in just a few weeks of it being live. You've done these things. You're going to let 200 soles knock you off your game, get in your head while you're still here. You're still here in Iquitos to enjoy yourself. You know, wherever you go, there you are. Right away in that 60 to 120 second interaction with myself, I was able to drop it slowly but surely. It wasn't like, oh, I'm free now, I'm Jesus Christ. But it was like, let's unravel this. Let's unravel this. And finally it was like, okay, no, this is okay. And I went on WhatsApp and told my girlfriend about it. I'm like, it's kind of a bummer, but you know, I managed to like overcome the situation. I managed to realize like it's really not the end of the world at all. And then my girlfriend said something that I really loved, and this is why I love my girlfriend, because she's so much smarter than me and most people that I know. She's just so mindful, and something that she said to me was that she travels a lot. We're young, we travel separately is kind of our vibe, and I could talk more about that in future videos. She travels a lot, and what she said to me is that any time that she lost money on her travels, which she never told me about. So it's like, what's going on, girl? Anytime she lost money on her travels, and it was a seemingly avoidable loss of money. So the kind of loss of money that you're like kicking yourself over, because it's like, what happened? Where did I, like, wake up? The way she reframes it is that she says, you're paying for the experience. It's kind of weird. You're paying for the experience of losing the money. So she said to me, she's like, so Spencer, what happened to you is that you lost your 200 soles, you reached in your pocket when you're supposed to pay your dinner bill is where I was. It wasn't there. You're looking around. You have the stress climbing in your body. You have the pain body attack coming. You managed to nip it in the butt, talk it down, re-rationalize that it's like, hello, this is not the end of the world. You're completely okay. You're completely alive. Everything is okay. It's 200 soles. You managed to confront that, let it go, realize you're okay. And in the end, that whole experience of the reframing, that cost you 200 soles. And there she is on WhatsApp telling me this. I'm like, oh my God, you're fucking, I hate how smart you are. It's like, that's exactly what it was. I paid 200 soles to be able to learn from that experience of what it feels like to be in love in Peru and confront how I react to these situations. A situation that otherwise, any other person, they could still be fucking kicking themselves for it. Or someone might even react better than I did. Either way, you're paying for the experience. And finally, thanks for joining this long rant. I'm pretty much making this rant for anyone who likes to hear me talk and hear these ideas. I don't expect this video to connect with mass main audience. It's totally fine with me. This is just exactly where I am and what I'm going through. So finally, here I am on my last day in Iquitos. And I was going to go to the bank machine so I could withdraw some money, so I could go buy the gifts. My mom specifically asked for some specific gifts. Of course, I'm going to get her something specific that she's asking for, because she's the one who was lending me all this money. Of course, I'm going to do that. Also, I was going to go to the gym. It cost 7 soles. I was going to go do the things. I was going to go have my final dinner. I've been doing groceries, keeping it frugal, keeping it mindful. But I was going to go out, have my final dinner with some friends in town. And there I am on my way out the door, and I'm like, all right, well, where's my visa? Where's my credit card? I'm like, okay, well, it's got to be somewhere. I had it yesterday. I'm looking around, and suffice to say, to keep this video not being an hour long, I have not been able to find my Visa card, which, again, this pain body attack started to climb a lot harder than the 200 soles, because what I found for myself, and this is a whole experience in the last 3 hours, is what I found is that instead of me being actually relieved of that initial loss of the 200 soles from a few days ago, what I found was losing my Visa card today became a compounding effect of self-worth. It's like, so you lost your Visa, it seems, stupid girl, and on top of that, you lost the 200 soles, so you can't buy your mom the thing that she wants. She wanted a nice poncho here in Peru, and you can't go on the dinner, and you can't. This is what I was saying to myself. You can't enjoy the rest of your trip, you stupid girl, because you can't find your Visa, because maybe you got pickpocketed or it fell out or whatever stupid reason, because you're the stupid girl who lost your Visa and the 200 soles from a few nights ago. Like, fuck you. And I really, this pain body attack today was coming up way stronger. And it didn't feel good. It did not feel nice, on top of everything, all the expenses. And then I start to look at the compound of like, oh, fuck, I owe my parents $5,000. Like, and I started to feel like there I was again, losing myself. With the Visa, I didn't technically lose money. I just lost the access to money. That's all. I just don't have access to my money. And there I am, losing myself on my last day in Iquitos, in the penthouse, with this view. It's kind of this view that brought me back. I'm losing myself thinking, that's it. I can't enjoy the rest of my trip. Again, about the mooching stuff, the self-worth. I can't enjoy the rest of my trip. Nope. I'm going to have to sit here in the penthouse, poor me, but again, I'm going to have to sit in here and basically just twiddle my thumbs. I wanted to go to the gym, 7 soles. I wanted to go to dinner with my friend. And more importantly, I need at least 15 or 20 soles to be able to get a ride to the airport tomorrow morning so I could leave. And there I am planning to just be in a bad mood and disengage for the rest of my trip. But the voice of reason, in fact, the voice inspired by my girlfriend, it kicked in again, where it's like, hold on. What are you paying for right now? You lost the 200 soles a few nights ago. You thought you came back from that experience, but it came back today as a seed of a pain body attack. And now you lost access to your money for the remainder of the 12 hours I have here in Iquitos, the rest of the night. You lost access to all that money. So what are you paying for? That's a good investigation. And there I am, and I'm like, what can I gain from this experience? How do I reframe this? Okay, well, actually, I could think of a few things. Now, when I go back home to Montreal, I'm going to have all this cash still in my account that I didn't withdraw to pay for people's souvenirs that they wanted. That's kind of cool. It's like a future investment of good, sorry I didn't get you guys the cool shit, but at least I have this money, so that's good for me. I'm going to use that for my gym membership, et cetera, all the shit I want to have in my life when I first get back to Iquitos. When I first get back to Montreal. So that's one win. Another thing is, okay, now you get to confront this voice in your head of saying you're a worthless piece of shit. Now you get to confront the fact that your first instinct is that you must punish yourself by staying in and disengaging. Oh, you lost the things. You feel irresponsible, so you must stay in and disengage from the world and not go hang out with a friend in town and all this and that. This is dumb. Suck it up, wake up, come back into reality, put your insecurities and your self-worth aside, because it's not serving anyone at all. Literally no one, especially not yourself, but literally no one else. No one else asks you to be this upset about this shit. No one else asks you to punish yourself for these things. Just take some responsibility. Maybe kick yourself if you feel you need it. Again, really check your pockets. Sure. But at the end of the day, what can we do moving forward? How did you actually pay for this experience? And what I found myself now having to confront is that I had to suck it up and tell my buddy who's still in town here, hey, this happened and whatever. Can I join you in your Lyft to the airport tomorrow morning, even though our flights are different? But can I join you to the airport because I don't have any cash to be able to pay for a taxi there? And then what does he say? He says, of course you can. And I can also spot your dinner tonight. And there I am. I feel that confrontation of but I don't want this man, especially me. I'm empowered woman. I don't want this man to have to pay for my resources. But again, it's okay, investigate that. Where is that coming from? Why is that there? Can we let that go so that we could actually engage and support ourselves and let someone else support us who has plenty of resources to be able to do so? And then in exchange, offer them the opportunity and offer them absolute gratitude. I know this guy is going to be so happy to be able to have helped me get to the airport, to be able to have provided the dinner. He will be happy. And in return, I will be grateful. It's so simple, but it is very interesting how if we look at money, it becomes a very complicated reflection of our self-worth. And this, of course, is just the micro of my relationship with money in the last 2 years, and especially the last 48 hours. And what I feel I really gained from being here in Peru and having this time to myself is time to investigate those voices in my head and really investigate the self-worth. And what I've been thinking here is what have I been doing? And why do I make it so damn complicated to have comfortable and beautiful resources in life? And what does it say about me and who I've been operating as in this world all of these years? And what does it take to finally just let her go, that person who's been in the way, the person who wants me to stay like this, me, my resources, no one else help me, and if I get myself in the gutter, it's my problem. What can I do to just let her go? So in making this video, whoever has stayed and listened, thank you for watching. In making this video, I don't actually have the final conclusion, but this is definitely to me a very powerful, it might not seem like a big deal, this whole story I've shared, and so be it. But this to me was a very powerful moment to really investigate my self-worth and how it relates to resources in the world. And if it's connected with anyone who's still watching the video, I'm happy for that too, because I do see us young people and the climate of how we measure ourselves against the world. Money and resources is a big thing, and it's a complicated thing, and there aren't great resources, there aren't great mentors out in the world, just in our ready reality, our parents, this or that. We don't have the best financial role models, So it's a messy, messy journey, and it's a journey I'm on, and I really feel like I'm mindfully stepping through and starting to reevaluate what it means to benefit from resources, share resources, receive resources, share value in exchange, the whole karmic cycle of how we engage with the fabric of this reality. Fun little rant, longest video, doesn't matter. I'm having a great time, and this is just a moment I'm celebrating with myself. If anything, this video is for me, that I'm happy that I have one night left in Iquitos, no access to my own resources, but I'm gonna go meet up with my buddy, enjoy this beautiful penthouse, have some dinner, and grab a taxi with him tomorrow to the airport so I could go back home with these new lessons among the many other lessons and take on the world with a different attitude. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like. And actually, if you are still watching this video, I kind of want to know. Drop in the comment section below and let me know, what did this video make you think and feel? I'm curious. Who watches a video about this shit for 26 minutes? Thank you so much, and hit subscribe if you are not already subscribed. I will see you in the next video.